Hey everybody, John the Other here, obviously, right? And I was listening to a recent video by Sargon of Akkad, and at 29 seconds in, I mean less than a minute, 29 seconds in, he said something that genuinely shocked me. He said the following.
Please don't say anything ridiculous. I will have to ban you from my channel.
Don't say anything ridiculous, because Sargon will have to ban you from his channel. What? Isn't Sargon one of the bigger channels who is an advocate of free speech? I mean, like, isn't that one of the things he built his empire, such as it is, upon? The rejection of the no platforming of people, the rejection of censorship. And if you say something ridiculous, he'll have to ban you. He doesn't want to, but he'll have to.
Now, I'm not a journalist, and I don't have an army of lawyers behind me.
Now, Sargon also makes the observation that he's not a journalist, hello Captain Obvious, and that he doesn't have an army of lawyers behind him.
Which is why I have to insist that you retain your calm and act rationally and do not post anything excessively inflammatory in the comments, because again, like I said, I'd have to moderate you.
But because of that, people are going to have to remain calm and remain rational and not say anything too inflammatory, because then he'll have to moderate them. He doesn't want to, but he'll have to. Apparently, because if people say what is on their mind and it is politically incorrect or inflammatory or it upsets somebody, Sargon's channel will be at risk. Nonsense. A steaming big, white-hot, weapons-grade lie. Now, this guy has over 200,000 subscribers. There is no way that he actually believes that there is a policy in place at YouTube that he is responsible for what other people say in his comments thread.
I don't want to, but the situation is out of my hands.
Sargon doesn't want to ban you, but the situation has tied his hands, so he is forced to ban you. Nonsense! Nonsense! This is a complete sellout. He has decided that being popular and going mainstream is much more important than keeping his principles, if he ever had any in the first place, or the whole thing wasn't just a ruse. This narrative we're being fed by Sargon is false. Flatly, demonstrably false. And for those who might be a little confused here, YouTube does not have a policy where a channel uploader, a content producer, gets their channel taken down because of other people's comments. That is not a thing. That doesn't exist, except in the fevered imaginations of snivelers, cowards, and excuse makers. So Sargon has done a follow-up video attempting to explain himself, and he begins with a quote from Voltaire. What a wise and learned fellow he is.
Now, I'm going to begin this with a quote from Voltaire, which is, "The perfect is the enemy of the good."
I have a quote, not from Voltaire, and it is, "The enemy of the truth is a lie," which is what you're feeding us, Sargon. And when someone begins to lie to me, and I think to anybody who has a self-respect, they become worthless as a source of information. All noise is just pollution after that, and they can't be trusted and they shouldn't be listened to. Good night, and good day to you. Just one last thing before, I edit this all together and upload it. If you have something that you got to get off your chest and you're all worked up or you're emotional or you're mad as hell and you're not going to take it or whatever, you can say it in my comments thread. You can say anything that you want in my comments thread. Now, you might get flagged by somebody else and it might impact your channel, but it's not going to impact my channel. You know why? Because those are your comments, not mine. Can you imagine if YouTube actually ran like that? If that was actually how things worked? There'd be no such thing as YouTube, because nobody would use it.
What happened? Did your balls drop off?